Hi Virgo, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name's Carol, and this is going to be a general reading for you mid-March 2024. And so Virgo, what we're going to be doing today is called the Yellow Cardinal Cross. And we're going to start off with looking at your energy. And what I want to know in particular is, what situation are you sitting in right now? Is there a pattern that's showing up for you, maybe that you're becoming frustrated with, something that you're struggling with, a decision you need to make maybe? And I'll pull a second card for that, just to kind of clarify exactly what's going on, and also something that maybe is obscuring it or kind of making it a bit, cloudy, or, kind of blocking it, your issue. And then what I'm going to do is in the third position, I'm going to look at, what you're consciously aware of with this issue. What do you know for sure about what's going on with you? Because in the fourth position, which becomes a little bit interesting here, we're going to do what's called a little bit of shadow work. And if you're not familiar with shadow work, I'm going to link it in my description box below. I made a really good video on how to do shadow work. So we're going to look at what's coming up in your unconscious or in your shadow that's affecting this issue that's going on with you in your life right now. And shadow work is really just kind of digging into your stuff, taking a deep dive into the stuff that you have hidden in your unconscious that is really, driving the show, it really is. And then in the fifth position, we're going to look at what's needed for resolution for what's going on with you. And finally, we're going to ask for some guidance. And number 6, some guidance from the tarot. Really is an understanding of where you need to go with the situation in order to heal. This is a healing channel. So if you're looking for your 2024 yearly reading that I did for you, that's linked in the description box. And what I'll also do is I will link my March 2024 video that I did at the beginning of March for you, and the energies are still in play for you. If you haven't had a chance, that'll be linked at the end of this video. So let's get started. I'm going to ask Tarot here for one card for you to see where you're sitting right now with an issue. What are you dealing with right now that needs to come up for us to heal? What issue is Virgo dealing with right now? And you got the King of Pentacles in reverse for an issue. Now let's have a clarifier for this card. Something maybe that's blocking it, or something that's going to clarify it. Ooh, and I'm going to take the first card that came out, which was and yeah, it came out like this. It was in reverse. So it's the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. To clarify that, let's look at right now, what are you consciously aware of with this situation? Oops. Just going to redo this. Okay, what are you consciously aware? Oh, I got too many cards that came out for that one. So I'll start again. I just want one card. And this is the card that wanted to come out. You consciously aware of the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. What's coming up in your shadow? What's coming up in Virgo's shadow for this situation, this issue at hand that needs to be healed? What's coming up in the shadow that wants to come out? And this kind of just fell out. The Strength card. Nice card right here. Nice card to come out for you. What's needed for resolution? What's needed for resolution in this situation? What's needed for resolution? What's needed for resolution? Oh, here it is. The 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands. And finally, advice from the tarot, please. You have the 4 of Wands. And it did kind of, I'm going to say it came out in reverse here. It's the way I picked it up. Okay. So Virgo, where are you mid-month of March? Let's start off with the Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Let's look at him upright. Look at his gown. I mean, the first thing I notice is his gown. If we can just get a really good look at this right now. Now, this particular card, when you look at his gown, I mean, oh, it's almost like it's become part of who he is. And the Pentacles is all about, like he's flowing. It's flowing into the earth. And because the Pentacles is a grounded suit. The pentacle itself is our body. And the King of Pentacles in an upright position would be very grounded. Very, very grounded in who he is. He knows who he is. It's the masculine part of us, actually. All my kings are the masculine part of us, and the queens are the feminine side to us. We all have both of those sides. It doesn't matter what gender we are. But a lot of, I see this, the king as our ego self. And our ego self, a lot of times will say that, this grounding stuff that you do, or this thing about, because the ego lives in your head. And in order to get to things like our emotions, in order to get to our intuition, which is the feminine side of us, we really need to ground into our body, because that's where our emotions are. And the ego will often come out and at a time when it's kind of saying, this grounding stuff, this getting into our body, feeling our emotions, it really is, it's not something that the ego is a fan of. The ego wants you to stay in your head. Right? It wants you to make all your decisions from your head. It wants you to believe that this staying in your head, spinning in your head is the right place to be, rather than to try to get reconnected to your body. Because there is, what's happening here in this issue is, I'm seeing that you get the Eight of Cups card, which is coming out in reverse. And the Eight of Cups card tells me when it is in the upright position, it's a card of walking away. You have all these cups of emotions here. And it sounds to me like, all these, the Seven of Cups is this cup of everything's worthy. We have all these cups on display, and you're really occupied by all these distractions in your life. And the Eight of Cups comes along and it says, you know what? I'm walking away from all these desires, from all these things that have been sort of occupying my mind, all these things that I've been feeling inside. It's time. There's a need here to walk away and almost probably, take some time to go inwards and to see what's going on. And so there's a real pull here I'm seeing for you to maybe get grounded, maybe to walk away and see what's really going on in your life. But there's a resistance to doing that. There's a resistance to you trying to pull yourself out of your head, walk away from all these distractions that have been going on with you, and just getting back into your body and starting to really find out, what's really going on with me right now. What's really going on? Because we can sit in our head for a while, but it comes a time when we really need to start to get out of our head and move back into our body. And that means to ground ourselves and take some time out and to walk away sometimes from all these distractions that we have. And so that is the situation you're sitting in, but there's a real resistance to doing that. And what is your Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is our inner child. All my pages are an inner child of us, our 4, 5, 6-year-old child, the part of us that needs to be listened to, the part of us that needs to be healed. And this particular page is the Page of Wands. It's the part of us that, knew long time ago that we knew sort of what direction we needed to go in. But unfortunately, through life and through growing up and through growing up with relationships of people around us, sometimes we got redirected here. And so there's a real need here for you to get in touch with your younger inner part of you again that needs to be heard, that needs to be listened to. And when a page comes out, it tells me that, you know what, there's a younger part of you that's kind of calling. It's kind of asking you, are you listening to me? Do you hear me? But a lot of times, when we're really up in our heads, we're not grounding into our body, we're not going to hear that. And, the King of Pentacles would come along here and say, this is all nonsense, getting back into your body and listening to your emotions. But there's a page here. There's a younger part of you that's calling and wanting you to get in touch with them. So what's coming up for what sort of impact? What's coming up from your shadow that's impacting this whole situation that you're sitting in, that maybe, is going to explain a bit about why you're so blocked here? Well, the Strength card comes in. The Strength card comes in, but it's in reverse. The Strength card comes in and says, you know what? Here is the strength. Here's the strength that you need. And we all have it. This is the strength. This is the strength to go, not to tame a lion so much, but it's the strength you have to open that mouth of the lion. It's the strength you have to open up that Pandora's box. The strength you have to go into your shadow, to go into your unconscious and pull those things out that you really need to heal. And you do that by grounding yourself, and you do that by getting in touch with your inner child again, But it's in reverse here. And so again, I'm seeing that, there is this belief in you, and it could be the fear, but it's a belief that you don't have the strength. It's blocked. There's a resistance to going and, going in touch, getting in touch with your body, getting in touch with your unconscious, getting in touch with your inner child to find out, what it is. Like, a lot of times our inner children carry a lot of grief. And so maybe there's some grief there that you need to get in touch with, but, you're not believing that you have that strength to go inwards and feel what that younger part of you needed to feel years ago, but couldn't. And they just put it all away. And that's what's sitting in your shadow right now. Could be some grief. It could be some fear. And, what's needed to be done here? Like, what's needed for resolution? Well, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is that card, all these wands right here. And they're not heavy, but wands do not, the suit of wands are always in conflict, and they're always moving. And the last thing they want to do is for someone to take them and just hold them down and prevent them from going in the way that they want to go. Wands want to be free to fly. If I think of helium balloons, when you go buy them and you try to put them into your vehicle, and they're just wanting to go. They're wanting to go loose. They wanting to go free. And this is what wands want to do in the Ten of Wands. And so here you are. I see you. What needs to be done here, the resolution is that, you know what? You need to go. You need to go forward. You need to push forward. I know that, there's a big part of you right now that is resisting going inwards, and finding out what that younger part of you wants to connect, why that younger part of you wants to connect with you. But there's a time here where you finally got to take those wands, and you just got to go for it. And this is what the tarot was saying. Take those wands and just push and go for it. Push, because you have the strength here. You have the strength that's sitting in your unconscious that is blocked, or there's a resistance to it, but you have it. It's there. And you have to finally just go for it. And that means, finally taking some time out to yourself. Finally, taking some time out, getting quiet, doing some grounding, doing journaling, and getting in contact with your younger part of you. And the advice from the tarot is the Four of Wands. Now, this is another wand. So you have 1, 2, 3 wands out of 6, half 3 wands out of 6, 3 cards out of 6 are wands. So that's half of your cards. Now wands, like I said, they're the suit of movement. They're the suit of not wanting to stay still. And this is in reverse. The 4 of Wands comes up quite often in my readings. The 4 of Wands is very much, now, like I said about Wands, they don't like to be still. They don't like to be, restricted. And here you have very grounded Wands here. And representing almost like a marriage card, and some people will look at it as, oh, here's a marriage, here's a celebration going on. Well, it is a marriage card, but it's that card of you getting connected to the unconscious, getting connected to that other part of you, getting connected to the younger child of you. And you're walking away from this walled city behind you. I don't know if you can see it. And that is the celebration of you walking away. That's a celebration of you walking away and going in that direction that you need to go, but it's in reverse here. So there really is a resistance on your part to taking, that next step that you need to take to get in touch with, that young child of yours. And even if you take the smallest step to do that, the smallest step, you might try to ground, you might try to sit still and try to get out of that head. And that just means, pay attention to your feet, start to wiggle your toes, do some breathing exercises, even if it's for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, it's whatever it takes, but you've got to start to, take some time to walk away, take some time for you. Take some time for you. Take time out for you. That's what the 8 of Cups is taking time out for you and just starting to go inwards and getting in touch with your younger child. So that's what I have for you this March. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Creators deck. And usually they have some little bit of information for you. So let's see what they have for you. Oh, here it comes out. Wow. Bravely market your magic. So let me read this. Number 39. Number 39. Here it is. Bravely market your magic. Let's see what magic you have that wants to come out here for you. Here you go. What biz or life project are you working on that you feel compelled to courageously cast out into the world? Spiritual misfits, philosopher poets, soulpreneurs, and creative catalysts, bravely market your magic. It is your gold. And as gold, it is fascinating and compelling. And people can't stop looking at it when it's shining from the heart. When you draw back the curtains and expose the true colors of your soul, it is blindingly brilliant and beautiful. Make no mistake. Someone out there is looking for what you are offering, and they will be thrilled to find you when you are honestly sharing your unique magic. Unveil your weird, your wonderful, and your quirky. It's normal for it to take a few years to find out your way and to build your dream. And don't be hard on yourself if normal happens. Have patience and faith. Even when it feels vulnerable, share of yourself honestly and always put your soul into your message. Not sure how to share your magic? Your unique essence and humanness is the right place to start. What's your magic? What have you been hiding? There's something hiding in you. And I got that kind of impression too. There's something hiding in you. Your younger child wants to talk to you, wants to speak to you, and they're the ones that have the answers for us. So good luck, Virgo, and I will see you in April. Bye-bye.